Welcome to the NTN Nightly. I'm Nisha Charles. This edition's top stories. Saint Lucia accompanies the media on a tour of investment projects on the East Coast. Plans for a landfill-free Saint Lucia are advancing. The Republic of Argentina to assist the apiculture sector. All that plus the latest in youth developments, sports, and the NTN Nouvelle en Creole. Saint Lucia ISL is moving afoot in its development of a number of residential areas, including approximately 11 acres of land in Bochamico and approximately 5 acres in Bois-Joli-Dennery. This forms part of an overall development plan for lands vested in the ISL. The agency is also facilitating the opening of a poultry processing plant in Dennery. Officials of Saint Lucia unveiled the project to members of the media. Janelle Norville was in attendance.
Officials from Saint Lucia ISL, accompanied by media personnel on Tuesday, toured a number of the entity's projects in the south of the island. One of the projects, Caribbean Quality Meats Limited, a poultry processing plant in Dennery that is soon to open its doors. Chief Executive Officer of Saint Lucia, Roderick Cherry, explained that Saint Lucia is honored to have played a role in facilitating the entity coming to fruition. According to the CEO, the $4.3 million EC investment is welcomed, especially in a time where there is need for local, high-quality and healthy protein to meet expanding nutritional demands. The local production also enables stricter standards to safeguard the population against the negative impacts of chemicals and hormones used in meat production abroad, amongst other benefits.
We have the facilities that have not been used for a number of years. An investor comes on with a solid business plan, and we do the investment to do the retrofitting. So what the impact of that is, in this case, we have at least 50 jobs on opening, and with and that will grow as well, so we look at the main thing is the economic impact. $5 million investment, jobs for solutions, industry growth and development, supplying local market with high quality product. I mean, these are all the factors that come into it.
Saint Lucia retrofitted an old factory shell in Dennery to the tune of $1.4 million EC and has established a long-term lease agreement with Caribbean Quality Meats Limited, allowing the entity to recuperate a modest profit. The plant was renovated to meet hazard analysis and critical control point HACCP standards. Caribbean Quality Meats Limited products will be 100% local, allowing local poultry farmers additional opportunities to generate revenue. CEO Cherry added that the entity has even expressed the intention of exporting to regional markets.
Being HACCP certified means that it's an international certification, I think, that we should be aware of. It means then that a lot of the hotels, particularly from the European side, demand HACCP certification for their meat and poultry. So this is, the investor realized that and as such as put in, that investment to ensure that he's able to meet that demand. I'm aware that they're looking not only at supplying the local but possibly regional market as well.
Cherry expressed confidence that the project will provide that much-needed boost within the industry. He also explained that with Caribbean Quality Meats Limited's intentions to expand, additional opportunities are presented. Caribbean Quality Meats Limited has obtained the required funding to undertake the project and has since been granted a trade license by the Department of Commerce to commence operations. The entity, barring any unforeseen challenges, is expected to commence operations at the end of November. The entity is expected to employ in the initial stages some 30 individuals. Another ISL project, 2 residential developments, one in Bois-Joli-Dennery and the other in Bochamico. ISL's mandate is not limited to attracting foreign direct investment, but also entails making home ownership a reality for all St. Lucian citizens. And following a multitude of requests, it sought to make that happen. The Bois-Joli development is located on approximately 8.43 acres of gently sloping land and has been subdivided into 25 single-unit lots ranging from 3,800 to 8,400 square feet. Lyndon Samuel is the project coordinator.
There was a need within the constituency of Dennery for young persons to own land, to own a piece of Saint Lucia. That was shown in the number of applicants that we received, and I can say to date we've sold out. We'll continue to look at areas where ISL owns land so that we could also develop those lands and make that available to Saint Lucians. There's also an interest from Saint Lucians residing outside of Saint Lucia that want to own a piece of Saint Lucia, build a home, and so you can imagine there's a demand for initiatives like this, and ISL will continue doing that. I think our goal is over the next 2 years to provide between 500 and 600 new landowners. So you'll continue hearing and seeing ISL in terms of those initiatives.
Estimated completion time for the Boisjoli development is 6 to 8 weeks following the installation of the necessary infrastructure. The land is priced at $12 per square foot, a price point accessible to working middle-income St. Lucians, especially the youth, with very attractive interest rates and terms of repayment. The Boisjoli development will be a large mixed-use subdivision located on approximately 20 acres of flat land. It will comprise 59 lots, 4 multi-family lots, 5 commercial lots, 2 institutional lots, and 48 single-family lots, ranging from 5,000 to 26,000 square feet, also at a price point of $12 per square foot. The project coordinator also explained that the subdivision provides opportunity for individuals to come together to be able to afford a piece of land through the multi-family lots.
Persons would buy a plot of land and erect a house that is occupied by a family. You know, in more metropolitan countries, because of the scarcity of land and the cost of land, persons have gone into duplexes, apartments, condominiums, you know, where you can buy units, especially as a first-time homeowner, and share the amenities within those developments. So the difference there would be you have a single owner with ownership to the land. In the multifamily, you would have multiple owners with shared amenities, with shared ownership, a title to the land.
The undertaking also provides employment opportunities for skilled and unskilled workers from the areas. Individuals who had already expressed interest for land were given priority, and after undergoing an interview process to establish whether they were still interested and able to afford the lots, offer letters were issued with a period of 90 days to secure funds. Following this, the lands were sold. There has been a significantly high interest in the developments thus far, and all interested individuals are urged to contact Invest St. Lucia for an opportunity to own a piece of St. Lucia at an affordable rate. Back to you, Nisha.
The Saint Lucia Solid Waste Management is advancing in its plans for a landfill-free Saint Lucia by 2030. As of October 1st, 2019, the Saint Lucia Solid Waste Management Authority has halted all garbage disposal activities at the V4 landfill. A process of covering has commenced where various layers of soil is being spread across the landfill in an effort to start the capping and decommissioning process. To ensure minimum disruptions to the general public, refuse collection days and times will remain the same from Dennery South through to Soufriere. All household and commercial waste will be trucked to a specialized building on the existing V4 landfill location. The waste is then transferred into 45-foot walk-in floor containers and transported to the Deglo landfill.
All material that would normally come to the landfill would be received and transported to Deglo at no cost to the businesses or the residents. However, we have special waste considerations which would normally attract a fee for disposal even when the landfill was in operation. And those wastes include confidential documents, condemned foods, disposal of pharmaceuticals, and also, mildly hazardous waste.
There was much skepticism and fears of increased cost to the business community with the imminent closure of the site. According to the Deputy General Manager, there are no cost implications to the business community. However, there are some restrictions on the materials and quantities which will be accepted.
We also do not take quantities in excess of 30 cubic yards of construction and demolition waste.
These trucks transport 3 loads of waste to the Deglo landfill daily.
Before the walk-in floor trailers leaves the Viewfort site, the containers will be covered to ensure that the waste is properly secured so that there will be no blowing off of that material.
This is the first phase towards a landfill-free Saint Lucia by 2030. Phase 2, which is expected to commence in February 2020, involves the introduction of pyrolysis units, specially designed for the disintegration of waste much closer to the various collection points. In a bid to bolster more activity within the apiculture sector, leaders have forged an alliance with the government and people of the Republic of Argentina, a country known to strategically advance its agriculture and farming sector to meet new global standards. We hear more about this recent development from the Agriculture Ministry's Amanda Faye Clark.
His Excellency Gustavo Martinez Pandiani, Ambassador of the Argentine Republic to Barbados and the OECS, made a courtesy call to the Agriculture Ministry to engage key apiculture stakeholders, including the Inter-American Institute for Cooperation on Agriculture, IECA, and key ministry personnel in a consultation to identify areas of action to advance the apiculture industry. In addressing the gathering, Ambassador Pandiani says it is his hope to design a work program which will be of mutual benefit to the two countries, Saint Lucia and Argentina, and which will support the unique needs of the local apiculture industry.
We identify apiculture as one of the priorities. The intention of this program is not only to be of technical efficient in terms of the production of the honey, but also on the commercialization side of it, even the marketing side of it. Because sometimes we realize in the Caribbean, you have the capabilities of producing good honey, but sometimes the main obstacle is how to sell it, how to prepare yourselves to even export it. And taking into account the very heavy import bill you have in Saint Lucia and many other countries in the Caribbean, I think it would be a great initiative for the government itself to lower that import bill by start exporting and stop importing honey.
The Inter-American Institute for Cooperation on Agriculture representative to the Eastern Caribbean states, Greg Rollins, says his organization has been working with the Argentine government in developing areas of mutual collaboration. On the itinerary for the coming weeks, Mr. Rawlings explains that while St. Lucia is somewhat ahead of the other OECS islands, Ambassador Pandiani will return to the island for a fact-finding mission from the 5th to the 9th of December 2019.
A project has been developed called API-Caribe, a project that seeks to support the apiculture industries in the Caribbean region, not only from the perspective of taking full advantage of the opportunities for increasing production of honey and byproducts, but also addressing the issue of bee populations and challenges in relation to bee populations, given the important role that bees play in pollination, crops, and so on. The first phase of the project involves 4 countries: Barbados, Dominica, St. Kitts and Nevis, and St. Lucia.
In applauding the ongoing efforts to improve the agriculture economy, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Barrymore Felicia, says he wants to ensure this first phase of the project is successful and as such has called on apiculture stakeholders to be open to the exchange and dialogue necessary to augment the performance of the subsector.
One concern for us, of course, is the skill set and capacity to deal with technical assistance within the ministry and on ground. So that is an area that we need to develop, an area we need to look at. Recently, during my visit to Costa Rica, there were discussions to explore how technical assistance with an institution called CATIE, to see how that can be explored to strengthen especially our extension services. So that is an area of concern for us, and we're looking to see how we can strengthen support to our apiculturists, farmers and fishers generally through the ministry. Having said so, we look forward to the technical mission. The fact-finding mission will take place in December, and to support that mission, to provide the documentation, to provide the verbal and written information required for a proper assessment of the apiculture industry in St. Lucia so that we could move forward.
Currently, agriculture development leaders view apiculture as a viable subsector, which can, with strategic intervention, positively impact the overall agriculture economy. From the Ministry of Agriculture, this is Amanda Fee Clark reporting.
And this is the NTN Nightly. Ryan O'Brien is up next.
Pour contrôler maladie cigatocanouée, il nécessaire est bien important pour tenir tout équipement, particulier machine sprayer en bonnes conditions. Toujours nettoyer machine après ou servir et mettre en condition bon service même quand l'usine recommandé pour tenir. Depuis ou ka servi chimique pour contrôler maladie figue cigatocanouée, il est absolument important pour protéger corps et prendre en chaque précaution. Opératant ces machines sprayer ni pour servir habillement qui caille bien protéger yo. Servi overall, goggles, boots et gloves pour empêcher chimique toucher la peau et bien expirer.
Pour plus d'informations à sous manière pour traiter et contrôler maladie cigatocanouée à sous plantation et bien jardin ou ça téléphoner département pour ménager cigatocanouée à numéro 451 549 et bien 451 5894 et bien email yo à bpmu@candw.lc. Commission Salak a sorti hod ministère de l'Agriculture ensemble avec Fonds Coopération Internationale et Développement hod pays République la Chine Taïwan.
Welcome back. We join Ryan O'Brien for the latest happenings in youth development and sports.
Thanks, Misha. I'm Ryan O'Brien with your update from the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports on the NTN Nightly News. The Argentine Republic and Saint Lucia have expressed a desire to promote and strengthen bilateral relations and cooperation in the field of sports. The countries have signed an agreement that provides a framework for the parties to develop various means of cooperation in the field of sports for the purpose of fostering, promoting, and strengthening technical cooperation and sports exchanges between the parties in order to attain a higher level of development in the field of sports in each country. A signing ceremony took place at the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports Tuesday afternoon. His Excellency Gustavo Martinez Pandiani is Argentinian ambassador to Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean states, resident in Barbados.
Our challenge begins with the signing of the agreement. The agreement is the legal umbrella we could use to do things, practical things. And that is my proposal to you, Edmond. Let's work together. I'm not a formal ambassador, just relax. I'm here to represent not only my government to your government, but my people to your people. Because I believe that the real diplomacy is the one that benefits, especially our young people and those who need it the most. So I'm really glad that with very short notice you were able and willing to sign this legal instrument.
Signing on behalf of the government of Saint Lucia was Minister responsible for Youth Development and Sports, the Honorable Edmond Estefan.
We are happy that you are here, and
thank you, sir.
We are very thankful that we are signing this agreement today, which will take us another step forward in bringing, cultural exchanges and sports to our young people, and which is what we want. We want every single Saint Lucian to benefit from what we do.
The competent authorities for the implementation of the agreement shall be the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports in Saint Lucia and the National Sports Agency of the Argentine Republic. And now for an update on school sports competitions being run by the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports. Under 15 netball semifinals set for Thursday, November 7, 2019, Soufrière Comprehensive comes up against Vieux-Fort Comprehensive at the Vieux-Fort Multipurpose Court, and also at 11 a.m. Micoud Secondary takes on St. Joseph's Convent at the VG Multipurpose Sports Complex. The third place playoff will be held on Monday, November 11th, starting time 11:30 a.m. at the VG Multipurpose Sports Complex, while the finals will be played afterwards, commencing at 12:30 p.m. The semi-finals in the Under-19 Big 8 netball will be played on Friday, November 8th, 2019. Suffolk Comprehensive will play Miku at the VFO Multipurpose Court at 11 a.m. and Sir Arthur Lewis Community College will be up against St. Joseph's Convent at the VG Multipurpose Sports Complex. The third place playoff and finals scheduled for November 12th at the VG Multipurpose Sports Complex. Table tennis action finals took place on Wednesday in various categories at the Beausejour Indoor Facility. And that's your update for today from the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports on the NTN Nightly News. I'm Ryan O'Brien.
Thanks, Ryan. The Ministry of Education, Innovation, Gender Relations and Sustainable Development is this year taking a new approach to the registration of kindergarten students. Anissa Antoine tells us more.
The Ministry of Education has strategically standardized the kindergarten registration process for students of District 2 and District 3 entering kindergarten for the year 2020-2021. The registration format has been centralized to one location to make the process more convenient. Claudia Louis is the Chief Planning Officer at the Department of Education.
In the past, parents would have to go from school to school only to be told that this school's quota was already taken up. This year, we are ensuring that a parent does not have to leave one school just to be told that there is no space to go to another school in the Castries area. So to avoid all of this, we just have people coming at one central location.
The Ministry of Education has also collaborated with the Ministry of Health to ensure that the health cards of the students are examined and the students have received their necessary vaccinations and assessments.
So we have the nurses here who have come on board. They were very happy to collaborate with us, and we're thinking of having it as an annual activity. We also have nurses available in case students have not been vaccinated. The parents can actually bring in the children and get them vaccinated on site. If the students are not here, then the parents can make an appointment with the Ministry of Health of where they would take their students.
Family nurse practitioner Alexandra Gemot was part of the newly initiated process.
I think that is a very good initiative on our part as primary health care because it will ensure that the children are up to date with their vaccines, they are fully immunized, and that we catch them early so that later on they don't have to take 2050. When I say 2050, I'm exaggerating, but they don't have to get too many vaccines at one time. So we try to give it to them for their age so that we don't encounter any challenges later on or we might lose them. In terms of the child health assessments, this is also very vital because sometimes we catch disabilities or impairments in children, and we could give timely referrals to the child health, I think it's CDGC. We could give timely referrals and early interventions.
The registration process for Districts 1 and 2 began on the 5th of November and ends on the 7th of November at the CSA Auditorium in Saint Lucia, Castries. From the Government Information Service, I am Anissa Antoine reporting.
And stay with the NTN Nightly. Up next, Primus Hutchinson is here with the NTN Nouvelle en Créole.
L'année sim tout partout. Attention si vous êtes homme et bien femme. Visitez place santé pour examiner corps. Ça c'est unique pour yo ouais si l'année pièce moun au lion qui ni maladie TB et bien maladie sexuelle. En compagnie moun qui ni maladie HIV pe ni TB aussi. Savent qui l'année guérison pour TB. Ou ça vivre en bonne santé même si ou ni maladie HIV. Parlez by docteur. Prends responsabilité ou. Aidez du bout de maladie TB et HIV. Pour agir tout moun pour examiner corps yo.
Welcome back. We join Primus Hutchinson for the NTN Nouvelle en Créole.
Monsieur Nisha, Monsieur Madame Département, qui a une responsabilité pour l'information en gouvernement Saint Lucia GIS, assume puis télévision nationale pays à NTN, qui a posé tout Nouvelle en Créole. Posé tout Primus Hutchinson. Les officiers de sécurité Martinique et Saint Lucia te joignent ensemble mardi pour discuter de la situation de sécurité et comment ça a existé justement entre deux pays. Ça c'était 7e conférence déjà et qui était pour un établissement administration finance en Pointe Séraphin. Ministre des Affaires sécurité, sénateur Herman Francis, expliquait des grandes significances que font cela, particulièrement les venus pour manière Saint Lucien qui a voyagé à Saint Lucie pour Martinique et en même façon que les Martiniquais pour Saint Lucie. Sénateur Francis déclarait que conférence là concernait principalement à sous des grands crimes en des pays là et particulièrement si quantité Saint Lucien qui a engagé en crime en Martinique.
Quand vous savez, Martinique et Saint Lucie bien près. Et un chat Saint Lucien qui a quitté Saint Lucie et aller Martinique a fait bail qui pas bon là. So nous avons un chat Saint Lucien la rôle Martinique et les nous Martinique qui est la rôle nous. So nous on est une corporation. Là si vous voulez point c'est mon from Saint Lucie avec Martinique nous a fait ça bail. Mais vous savez prison nous a plein et nous pas really fait même bagarre là parce que nous pas ça pour tout ce monde ça qui Martinique.
Comment est-ce que c'est que qualité réponse que comment est-ce que coopérer à cette situation ça?
Donc il y a coopérer très bien. Mais l'année de l'année bail on est pour faire que pas ready nous. So les nous est prisonnier Martinique ici nous you guys have right away. Mais nous pouvons même savoir comment prisonnier nous Martinique et bon matin il va en liste. So à travers moi connaître comment nous est là et c'est qualité mon ça. So côté yo sorti et ça est bonne information by ces police là. So ça laisse mon ça quitter Martinique. Nous guys savent manière nous savent ça yo kay fait avec ces police là là pour chain by adod.
Ministère de l'Éducation, j'ai trouvé à sous garde concernant la situation qualité l'air qui a existé à cette école en West-Castry. Ça c'est un résultat des problèmes limou. Nous découvert le problème ça là pendant le travail qui a fait pour adresser certaines nécessités en l'école secondaire Entrepôt à peu près des semaines qui passées. Par conséquent, cette situation ça là, le ministère de l'Éducation a commencé pour une démarche pour nettoyer et pour adresser principalement la situation limou ça là. Le ministère a conduit cette examination à plusieurs autres écoles. Parmi ces écoles là, j'ai conduit cette examination ça là. C'est l'école secondaire Bocage, ex-Ira, c'est Ira Simmons. Pour ça là, les officiers d'éducation ont visité l'école secondaire Bocage vendredi passé. Quand ils ont découvert le problème et puis l'air qui a existé à l'école là. Chef officier d'éducation Fiona Mayer noté que ça pas une situation de l'imou. Il dit que le ministère a jamais mis un arrangement en place pour adresser et l'école là. Examination a aussi faite à l'école secondaire Ira Simmons quand ils ont découvert l'imou à ce dans ces desks là. Madame Mayer d'accord que la raison pour concerner et qui a apprécié ça. Le ministère a apprêté un gain qui est en place pour adresser tous ces problèmes là. Chef officier d'éducation a déclaré que pièce situation concernant la santé dans l'école PIA, le ministère a adressé le plus vite que possible. Pendant le ministère a travaillé sérieusement, sérieusement pour encourager cette situation ça là. Il était nécessaire pour aider les étudiants plus bons à l'école secondaire Bocage, Entrepôt, ex-Ira, parce qu'il appartenait à ces instituteurs pour instruire. Chef officier d'éducation a assurance là que l'éducation les étudiants très important et qu'il a fait tout effort qui est nécessaire pour soulager la situation ça là. Les chauffeurs et mettre l'autopassager en pays j'ai bienvenu nouvelle que le gouvernement a établi un projet pour improver des conditions chimiques pays qui a coûté 42 millions de dollars américains. Pour comme ça là, qu'a couvert 100 km chimiques pour faire complètement au loin pays cette ici. Pour ça là, le département des affaires construction chimiques tient une consultation spéciale pour principalement même Conseil national de transportation publique pour te discuter programme chimique ça là. Il y a l'autre consultation qui est précourt même façon pour même conseil en façade sur le pays. Là j'en ai plusieurs années chauffeur et mettre l'autopassager qui a fait plein de vieilles conditions chimiques pays qui a affecté l'opération brutalement. Alors je dis programme là pour improver sous conditions chimiques pays qui c'est plus grand investissement en travail chimique cette ici sorti qu'on très bonne nouvelle pour le secteur autopassager à pays là. Si que pas maintenant, M. Iva Daniel déclaré que consultation présenter l'occasion pour la discussion franchement concernant le secteur autopassager comme il est très important parmi ces forces là qui a poussé l'économie cette laissée devant. Le ministère des Affaires et Construction j'ai embrassé diverses recommandations qui sont dans le secteur autopassager et ces recommandations ça là qui a trouvé implémentées à programme des éprousements chimiques pays là. Parmi ces recommandations, c'est placement pour l'autogaré, bordage chemin, place pour amasser passagers, particulièrement à sous façade chemin sorti Castries pour vieux fort, et pour l'année première signe à ce chemin au Lyon pays là. Et c'est comme ça, nous avons toute nouvelle là, nous avons mis autant pour regarder, pour avoir une invitation, pour je ne puis encore, si tu as conservé la vie, on a posé l'autre nouvelle à Coyol. Après ça, nous avons posé tout, Michel.
Merci, Pale Primus. And here's a look at what's happening to us weather-wise.
Partly cloudy to cloudy and hazy with a few scattered showers and a slight chance of thunderstorms. Over the Windward Islands, it will be partly cloudy to cloudy with some scattered showers and a chance of thunderstorms. Over the rest of the region, it will be generally fair, occasionally becoming cloudy with a few scattered showers. A tropical wave will continue to cause some showery periods, possibly thunderstorms over the Windward Islands today. Two other tropical waves located over the central tropical Atlantic and near the West African coast are moving westward near 12 and 15 miles per hour or 19 and 24 kilometers per hour respectively. Tropical cyclone formation is not expected over the tropical Atlantic during the next 5 days. The tide for Castries Harbour was high at 12:17 p.m. and is low at present. The tide for Vieux-Fort Bay was high at 1:24 p.m. and is also low at present. The sea is locally rough with waves and northeasterly swells 6 to 9 feet or 1.8 to 2.7 meters. Small craft operators and sea bathers are advised to exercise caution due to brisk winds and rough seas. The sun will rise Thursday at 6 a.m.
And that brings us to the end of the NTN Nightly. Join us next time at 7 p.m. with a repeat at 7 a.m. You can also catch up with us anytime on the Saint Lucia Government Facebook page or YouTube channel. I'm Nisha Charles.